making these videos in full swing.
Oh, okay.
In this video, and the next 11 days outside of Boston, he was very close. Yes, yeah, and break over. Yeah, he was over 1 point. Actually, was. We are dangerous. You're only not the kind of people. Unfortunately, guys, very and again, that's like who will get the ball from us. The club goes for the lead. The league is the people put me right in the right. All of the league in the long one. Very now. Let's now go into our top 10. If we're going to December, then I'll show you the ability. Yeah, massive. This is not like a violent the red one. Thank them a little bit. Which means when it started, and last month, I didn't really think about to be bold. We could go against what at the time maybe killed some people regarding as the best team in Europe. Looking at scoring against them. Like I said, I've been fantastic in the other games as well. I feel like it's just probably been, especially in a time where, Gabriel's gone out and Saliba's been injured and then they've taken around and whatnot. He's been the consistent best Arsenal defender, I would say, now that Gabriel has been injured. Up into eighth place is from Matt Surprise. Hear me up, Matt. That's how you think. He is going to be, of course, ranked quite high with all this. But based on this month, yeah, 8th place. Yeah, a couple of goals against Albania. He played 2 huge games. Against PSG, I let him off a little bit. Obviously, maybe he's doing like the dropping beating and whatnot. That's fair, but he didn't score. And in the Arsenal game, certainly, we can point the fingers at him because I don't think he even got a shot on target. Or what was that? Was it shot on target or did he even get a shot? I thought that was they were speaking about it on TNT afterwards. But yeah, that was a really dampening, if you will, vibe in terms of his Ballon d'Or push, right? Because prior to that, it's always been the same three running away with it. I think Kane, this last month, that big game was half the Liverpool, and he just didn't do anything at all against Arsenal. He's still enough to be in 8th, and he will still get the points, but yeah. Into 7th, off the back of a hat trick against King Wilson. Good luck to Coutinho, obviously, quietly sticking away. At the same time, there was still something again. Over the exactly. But first to get into our top 10 eventually. Now that will be on back on sneaking. You're gonna get a bit of games like high school music with Golden Blue. Now that Nicky Nicole's gone, he's perfectly had. He's bringing goals, he's bringing assists, he's making bars with serious against it. It's no coincidence that he's returned and bars are now top of the league. Granted, that may change, by tomorrow because they're going to be Atletico and then we're going to see, one big plan and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. For now, Jamal is up to do back. Now up into fifth place, we have Joao Neves, another PSG player. Someone who kind of goes, for me personally, a bit under the radar. When everyone's gassing up Vitinha, obviously Vitinha's hat-trick was incredible, right? Like the first banger, the left foot and then the penalty. Neves got a hat-trick himself as well for his nation, but for Portugal, so obviously big ups to him. He's already got a hat-trick for PSG as well this season. But again, these men just keep on getting goals in somewhere. And John Neves, I feel like nearly every game I've seen scoring now. If not scoring, then definitely will grab like a little assist or something. But of course, the final game of the month where PSG should lose to Monaco 1-0. Up into fourth. Again, this name might surprise you because it's someone who hasn't been on this list at all this season. Maybe our Queen Hall, I don't know. But in fourth, we have Declan Rice. Who, after this month, you cannot ignore it anymore, right? The consistency to start every single game of this month. You don't lose a single game. And you drop back-to-back full-time performances in the North London Derby, which is, the biggest game of the season for Arsenal fans. And then against Bayern in the Champions League, which is the biggest game of the season, according to all the neutrals who have been saying this is the game to decide who's better, like what team is first, currently in the power rankings. And he absolutely screwed both midfields in both games. So I feel like at this point, he said, you know what, Declan Rice, fair enough, man. My bad for not putting you and cheeky little honorable mention last month or the month before that, but I think he's going up the gear. Maybe from 58. If you look at another year, another month, I don't even know what I'm for this guy anymore. But fair play, Declan Rice up into third. He has been hovering around, fifth, sixth or so far this season. This is a great month for Michael Olise. Now, granted, the two standout performances, I'm not much of a fan guy, right? But it's worth noting that what happened. They gave him a 10 out of 10 rating twice. And against Klopp's, it's Freiburg and Ukraine, but he's going to be able to he gets 3 goals, gets 3 assists. Ukraine as well, it wasn't like a massive stat guy, but he played really, really well in that game as well. And Harry Kane. Again, I'm not saying he's been great every single match, but in third, it's like, there's always going to be a bit of a gap, if you will, the guys that are top two, because second place. It's got tougher. Again, this is why it's good to practice the entire month.
Please, yes.
Second place, he would have been first place for sure. Last 5 days, like 5 days. Unfortunately, now be in first place for the month of November. But again, for them three, it's neck and neck. I think Kane and Slightly went off a little bit. I'm going to see that now as we go into our overall combined list.
Legendary. Got one. Atlanta. What is this?
Boys, listen. I think next month we have to get through. That's one thing that we hadn't considered. We need to deduct points for really, really bad months. Because he's still hanging on for what he was doing in the first 5 games of the season. But I like the point system. We cannot cheat the system. That is what it says. Even Albert Johnson has 5 points. Still hanging on in there, chipping away and whatnot. In 13th, Caicedo on 6. Again, I just think that red card, maybe he get the 2 more points required to get into that top 10. But he's lucky. If you can come back, well, he's going to be out for 3 games now. If you can come back after those 3 games on all out, maybe you can scrape that top 10 next month. Up into 12th, we have Lamine Yamal. Again, he's someone that is definitely coming and knocking now. Of course, he missed maybe a month or so. Maybe he's doing enough to get points in the previous month. If you keep up this kind of thing, he will be going to ranking scores.
Understood.
Let's see what happens there. And the last game to just miss out on the competition is John Neves is someone that could easily afford to go into the system with just one more big mark. Everyone can
Who's
now.
this?
Now,
Good dude.
our next three names are all from the same team. The Arsenal players, they have won top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League, but they haven't had enough to get into our top seven on the Ballon d'Or. So they share 10th, 9th, and 8th respectively. For 10th, Rice has steamrolled his way into 10th place. In 9th, we have Gabriel, who is dropping little by little, not through any fault of his own, but he's injured, so he cannot get any points, right? And so the longer this goes on, if he doesn't come back anytime soon, he may see himself out the top 10 eventually. And 8th, Green Timber is still there being consistent. Nothing like exceptional to like the top three, but you're hanging on around there. In 7th place, we have Vitinha, also on 11 points from level with Julian Timber. 6th, we have Pedri. He's been out pretty much the entire month until, I guess, this last week. But he's hanging on there. And again, we know, I've said it before, I think he has been the best midfielder in the world this season. And now that he's back, hopefully he can start getting points again and start to create that bit of separation and get back into fourth where he was previously. In 5th, similar story, Nunes, 14 points. I think, I'm not sure how many games he played, but he was a bit of a stop-start kind of month for him, so he didn't really get any points this month. He hangs on to 5th place. Into 4th, we have Michael Olise, very well deserved for him. 16 points it is for him now. I think he's going to be there or thereabouts in terms of being the closest guy to lock on the door of the big three. Speaking of which, onto the podium in 3rd place, we now have Harry Kane. Now, he was already in 3rd place, but fortunately for him, although he maintained that podium place, a bit of a gap forming between himself and our top two. 2nd place, we have Erling Haaland, 31 points, and in 1st place, we have Mbappe, 34 points. Those two, listen, now that it's just it seems to be like a straight shootout, unless Kane has a crazy month and these two fall off, it's going to be a straight shootout.
Yes. $1 with an outfit. The strongest dude. Let's go. Yeah. $20. What is home turf? I'll go for the all the rooms are I'm not very happy right now. Water is there. 20 seconds, I can work that. We can monkey sound bad. Oh! Oh my god. Oh yeah, let's Elvis. And buck. Better quick. Underwater. Alright. Alright. Let's see how it's going. It's probably a good time for me to go take a shower now. And I'll probably send someone on a mission. Well then. She wants a top one. Alright, I'll be happy after. Look at this. Okay. These powers, what is it? It's yeah. Okay.